Good. All right. It's that time. Welcome to chair yoga class. My name is Julie. Thank you for coming in. Chair yoga is a great way to do yoga, I think, because you can do it anywhere. And if you learn a few movements in a chair yoga class, then you can do them wherever you are. If you've been sitting at your desk for a while or standing in the kitchen for a while, or whatever it is that you do, you can take a few moments out to do some standing and seated yoga postures. And I think it's great. It's available to everybody. You don't need a ton of props. You don't even need to be barefoot. So I think that it's very viable. And they used to think that it was just for older people, but I think it's challenging for me and everybody I've ever taught it to. So I believe it's for all folks. So make sure you have a nice sturdy chair, particularly one without arms would be great. And
Can I do it on the floor?
you can. It's just going to be a little different. So
okay, that's fine. Okay.
I try to do the floor first and third Thursday, and then chair the second Thursday. That's
okay,
how
I goofed. Okay.
So whether you're sitting in a chair or seated on the floor, we want to sit correctly. Most of us tend to sit like this. Okay, so we want to make sure that we lift up and then tilt back. We want to widen this back. When I go to a restaurant, when I sit anywhere, that's how I sit. I kind of do that. And when I sit up tall, I have that curve in my lower back. Now, some chairs are made with a curve. Does that mean you should lay against the back of the chair all the time? No. Sitting is supposed to be a little bit of work. So we want to have some strength here when we sit. You don't want to collapse, okay? Or collapse this way, all right? So sit up nice and tall. You have sit bones under here, whether you're sitting on the floor or in a chair, and you want to press those down and then reach up through the tops of your ears so you're nice and tall. That's a great, great place to be. And is it easy? No. Does it require some effort of strength? Yeah, it does. And that's okay. That's what we're doing. We're bringing in strength and adding in flexibility, and the both of them together make for a beautiful union that we can use. So let's start by just breathing. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen up through the spine. I always say the tops of the ears so that your chin doesn't lift. So I lift up to the tops of my ears. You can rest your hands here, bending the elbows, close the eyes. And then I'd like you to imagine that your torso is a big straw or a tube. And as you inhale, you're filling that tube front, back, and sides with your breath, drawing it up the tube. And then as you exhale, you're drawing the breath back down the tube. Can you visualize that? It may help you slow down your breathing just a little bit. You can inhale and exhale through your nostrils, or if you have to use your mouth, that's fine. Let's see if you can slow down the breath so that you feel as if you're filling a tube as you inhale, drawing the breath up. And then as you exhale, you're drawing the breath back down through this tube, which is front, back, and sides. Okay? Feel your feet or your legs on the floor. You can feel the bottom of you, your sit bones, your gluteal tissue on the chair seat or on the floor. If we just shift our focus to being aware of each breath as it happens, we can calm our body down a little bit. If you've been feeling a little anxious or nervous lately, you can extend your exhales a little longer than your inhales. This will affect your nervous system a little bit, your sympathetic, parasympathetic system, nervous system, and encourage you to relax just a little bit more. Focus on the sensations you feel in your body, and focus on how the breath is moving and the sensations of the breath. softening and relaxing the breath. Focus your mind gently on the feeling of gratitude for something that has happened recently or that has happened a long time ago, be it a situation or thing or a person or an animal. Focus on a sense of gratitude. We have much to be grateful for. But it's not natural for us to wake up in the morning and acknowledge what we're grateful for. It seems to be more natural for us to wake up and notice the things that are bothering us or difficult. You can place your hands on your chest or in prayer position in front of your chest. Just take a few more breaths, feeling that gratitude. Each breath like a wave, let it wash through you. And then you can release the hands and open your eyes. Good job. Awesome. I'm going to turn my chair around so you can see me a little better. Okay. So where do we sit in the chair? Well, we don't need to sit all the way back, about halfway forward. The most important thing is you want the bottom of your feet to be flat on the floor. Okay. And if you're shorter of stature, that maybe you might have to sit a little further forward on the chair seat. Okay. Or, bring the floor to you like a big wide book or a platform you can put your feet on, whatever works for you. But about halfway in the seat, as long as your feet can be flat on the floor. And they're hips width apart, my feet. They're not out here, right? Hips width apart. Let's begin by just breathing and rolling the shoulders, inhaling and exhaling. If you've ever taken any kind of relaxation class or yoga class or relaxation at the end of a class or a workshop, you'll know that we always roll our shoulders. I had a friend tell me once, it's like self-massage. Inhaling and exhaling, gently, gently rolling the shoulders. And then sitting up nice and tall. Reach to lift the shoulders up near the ears. On an inhale, exhale, release your shoulder blades down your back. Nice. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. And inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Now place the hands on the chair behind you, or maybe behind your hips on the seat, or maybe at the back of the chair. Just notice how reaching back behind you draws the shoulder blades together, opens up the front of the chest, keep lifting up through the tops of your ears and pressing down through your sit bones. Some folks can clasp their hands behind them. People can do all sorts of different things. Maybe this is more comfortable for you today, and that's okay. Just breathing, still keeping a relaxed situation there at the top of the shoulders so they don't creep up near your ears. You may notice to sit up tall, you have to hug the muscles of the back and the front of your waist in towards each other. That's good. Hug them in. You want to sit up nice and tall. And then when we release from our hands being behind us, let's inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale the hands down, heart center. And again, inhale up. And exhale. Inhale up. Pressing down through your seat as you reach your fingertips up. We root down to rise up. So if you're seated, you're pressing into your seat, into your feet, right? If you're sitting on the floor, you're just pressing down through your hips. And one more time, inhale up. And exhale. Nice. Let's inhale to open the arms out. And then exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale to open out. Exhale, hug with the other arm. Inhale, open out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands to heart center. And just one more time with that. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Nice and tall we stay. You don't need to lean forward. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Let's bring them all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bring the left hand to the chair. Inhale the right palm up and over just a little bit. And bring your down. Let's do the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Good. And go back and forth, inhaling and exhaling and inhaling, windmilling those arms and exhaling. So your sit bones are rooted down. We don't want to give up on the strength of our waist. So really think about hugging in the muscles of the front, back, and sides of your torso so you can stay nice and tall. What that does is all of the muscles and organs hug in to support the spine in its neutral position, which makes it so much easier for us to move our limbs freely. Without strength, flexibility is just collapse. So we have to build strength too. Awesome. How about one more time each side? It's okay if you can't reach your arm all the way over it. It's okay. No big deal. Awesome. Great job. Okay. Let's roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Remember to reach up through the tops of our ears. I'm going to ask you to reach up this left arm. Nice. And then we're going to lift the right knee and bring the hand to the knee. Inhale here. Place your hand on your hip or on the chair if you need to. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring it in. Inhale. Exhale. When you bring it in, you may round the spine a little bit. That's okay. Inhale. And exhale. Round the spine a little bit. It's okay. Inhale. And exhale. And one more here. And exhale. Beautiful job. Nice. There's another leg. So inhale up. Exhale, bring the other knee in. You're going to round the spine a little bit. It's okay. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, round the spine just a little bit. Good. Great job. Bring that arm around. Nice. Tall, tall, tall. And curl. And one more. And sit. Awesome job. Let's walk the feet a little wider apart. So we're just doing some warm-ups here, right? So notice where they go. So these are using the muscles of the hip, right? This is the muscles of the hip that you're using when you widen out and you're stretching through here. So we're going to do this with a little movement. So know where you would want to go. Sit up nice and tall towards the edge of your chair. And let's walk those feet back in. Okay. So here we go. We're going to inhale, pick up the left foot, move the left hip out as we open. Good, beautiful. Inhale here and exhale. There's another leg. Inhale, pick it up and move from the hip. You open up. Good job. And back. This keeps our hips strong and our outer thighs strong. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. You can go at your own speed. And remember, and I didn't mention this at the beginning of the class, I apologize, and hold steady right here. Remember, don't do any movements that hurt you or anything that your healthcare professionals have told you not to do. Okay? Go at your own pace. Do what you can do. All right, we're going to add into that a little bit. So we're going to inhale, take this left leg out. Awesome. And then make sure you're comfortable here. This foot only needs to go out as far as you feel comfortable in the hip. Inhale here, exhale, reach. Nice, beautiful. Can you hold this for a few breaths? Breathe. Try to keep the chest and the front body lifted. Try not to curl down. Try to stay open because it doesn't matter where your arm goes as long as the chest is open to the front. And exhale. Whoo, draw that in. Good job. Inhale, open. Let's take this left leg out again. You got to find just the right spot for your hip where you're comfortable here. We don't want you to do anything that feels very uncomfortable. Inhale here. Exhale, bring her down. Over. Nice. And we're just going to hold here for a few breaths. You may notice it feels a little different. It's okay, right? We're stretching through the inner thigh. We're strengthening the back of the hip. We're opening the heart up here. And inhale up. And exhale. Great job. Awesomely awesome. A little bit of good work for the hips. So we want to do a little bit of cat-cows for our spine before we do some more work. So we're going to widen our feet just a bit, because in cat-cow, I'm going to turn side so you can see. I'm sitting toward the edge of my chair, right? So that I can move my pelvis, right? So if my feet are wide enough apart, then I can arch my back, let my belly hang down in my lap like Santa, or I can round my spine, tuck my tailbone under. Beautiful. We're going to go back and forth and you can breathe. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, stick your tail up behind you, open up the whole front of your body. And then maybe on the next inhale or exhale, you can tuck the belly in, round the spine, tuck your tailbone down a little bit. And these can be big or small. Inhale, reach forward, roll the shoulders back, let the whole front of your waist stretch. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the spine. These are cat-cows. You could do them in a chair, on all fours, however it works for you. Inhale up, exhale. There you go. Let's just do a few more. These are excellent to do if you've been sitting for a while. Sit forward in your chair and practice your cat-cows. Open up that chest. Just maybe a few more. So now I'm going to ask you to do cow pose. So roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. So now you're sitting and the chest is lifted and the shoulders are open. You're arching your back, yeah? Okay. So pull your belly button in a little so your back doesn't arch so much. And hinge forward from the hip joints. Good, 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 good. Nice. Walk your feet a little bit closer together, but not too close, okay? Still firming the belly now. Nice, long, strong, straight back. Maybe reach your arms out behind you. Push down into your feet. Push back your hips. Draw the muscles of the waist in towards the center, side, back, and front. Now we're going to come to sitting up, nice and straight, arms up. Inhale, push into your feet. Inhale up. Nice. Let's exhale and do this again. Exhale, hinge, reach. Nice. Long spine, long spine, long spine. If you were on the floor, you could do all fours with the opposite arm and the opposite leg lifting. Inhale, up once again. And exhale, reach. Woo. Nice, great job. Push into those feet. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. Now, I'm going to turn side just for a minute here. So let's bring the hands together in front of us. We have some options here when we use a little bit more arm strength. We can clasp the fingers and press the palms. And this might be challenging, especially when you're lifting up, okay? So what I do most often is I put the palm of one hand on the back of the other and push. So I push in that, yep. So let's try that. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, back. How about we push up now? Inhale, lift, push down to your feet. And exhale, back. Gorgeous. Inhale, front. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Forward. Nice. One more time. Up. Reach, reach, reach. And release. Great job. Let's roll those shoulders back. Awesomely awesome. Awesomely awesome. Okay. Twisting is something that we have to do with a very strong spine, a very long spine, very straight spine. So when we twist, we have to make sure that before we twist that we're nice and tall. Because if we're not, this is what happens. And the only person that likes that is your orthopedist. Okay, so sit up nice and tall and move your flesh back a little bit so you really know you're sitting up tall, whether you're sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair. Roll the shoulders back, lift up through the tops of the ears. Inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Woo. Nice. As you hold the twist to the left, you can have your back hand on the chair seat or the chair, your front hand on either one of your thighs. Keep reaching up to the tops of your ears. People tend to want to lift their chin. Let's keep it parallel to the ground. And if that feels okay, continue looking back over your left shoulder maybe. Just don't tuck your chin or lift your chin. Try to keep it parallel. Great job. Twists are great. Each time you exhale, when you hold a twist, you can feel the abdominals draw in and really hold the spine steady. Let's inhale back to center and exhale. Woo, other side. Inhale up and exhale, twisting to the right. Again, you're reaching down through the sit bones, reaching up through the tops of your ears. Let the shoulder blades slide down. Keep hugging in. Each exhale, the belly hugs in and aids the twist. And if the chin is parallel, you can look back over that right shoulder. Beautiful. Breathe. Feel how the organs and the tissues kind of hug and squeeze around the spine. Each exhale, you can squeeze, just hug a little bit more deeply. And then when you're ready, inhale back to the center position. Good job. Move my chair back. Some people like to do twists quickly, and it's fine. It feels great. But now that we know the positioning for a twist, we can do it with our breath. We can inhale up and exhale, twist. Woo. Look over your shoulder if you want. And center, inhale up and exhale, twist. You can do a few more like this and go at your own speed. Doesn't have to be mine or anyone else's. It's all you. Notice how the exhale and the belly work together. And then come back to the center position. Okay, so let's bring the hands in this position here. When we turn, it doesn't all happen down at the bottom. We don't turn like that. When we turn, most of it happens right up at the thoracic spine. So I want you to imagine that the palms of your hands are your shoulder blades on your back. So you have a friend in front of you and you have your hands on their shoulder blades. So if your friend, Marianne, wants to turn her torso to the left, you're going to press her right shoulder blade forward and her left shoulder blade is going to move back. Does that make sense? And back to center. And if you're going to turn Marianne to the right, you're going to press her left shoulder blade forward. Does that make sense? These are your shoulder blades on your spine. So when you turn, one moves back and one moves forward. It's like put your hands on the top of your shoulders. It's the same thing. Inhale here. As you turn, one shoulder moves back, one shoulder moves forward. As you turn, one shoulder moves back and the other shoulder moves forward. So that's where the majority of the twisting is going to happen, up in this upper part of the spine, not down at the lower part of the spine. Okay? So right here, relax the elbows. Inhale here. Exhale, twist, moving those shoulder blades, and then relax both hands down. Great. Feel it in the shoulder blades. One shoulder blade is moving back, one is moving forward. Can you tell which one? And then inhale back to center, arms in the cactus position. And then exhale, turn to the other side. One shoulder moves forward, one moves back. Feel the shoulder blades on your back. If you're turning to the left, it's your right shoulder blade pressing forward. Great, nice job. And inhale back to center. So when you do any twisting, you want to think of it coming from the top area right behind the shoulders. All right. Well, let's work our legs just a little bit more. Woo! I'm going to turn side here. So I'm going to turn to my left side and I'm going to take my right leg back. So see if you can do that. Kind of make sure that you're okay in your seat. If you're on the floor, this is a lunge. It can be a knee down lunge or it can be a full lunge. The front knee and ankle are lined up and the back leg. See, I'm straightening my back leg, but maybe that's really challenging for you. So bend the back knee, tuck the toes under. Good. Hold on to your chair with the back hand. And you can even put the top of your foot down. Nice. So nice and square. Front knee and ankle line up. You have this knee is bent here. Turn side. Turn all the way to the side. So only one butt cheek should be on the chair. There we go. So this is my right knee. So I'm going to lift up my right arm. Good. Okay. Very good. We even have the option here, should you choose to accept it, lift your rib cage up away from the top of your pants. Kind of jiggle your rib cage up. See if you can lift it up. Inhale here. Exhale, turn all the way to the back of the chair. Maybe you can put your upper hand on the back of the chair. This is a little bit of a deeper twist. See if this feels okay for you. If you were in a knee down lunge on the floor, you'd be twisting with your right hand on the floor and your left hand on your hip, turning to the left. Okay, good. And inhale back to the center position. Great job. Let's take that back leg in. Woo, walk it back to the front. And lunge to the other side. So now I have my other butt cheek on the seat. I'm going to take this leg back. Knee is bent, knee and hip line up, front knee and ankle line up, foot on the floor. I only have one of my butt cheeks on the chair. And again, you can put the top of your foot down too. That might feel even better for a stretch here. Inhale this arm up, same knee that's down as the arm that's up. Gorgeous. Try not to lift your shoulders near your ears. Instead, lift your rib cage up away from your pants, the top of your pants. And if you like, inhale here, exhale, turn towards the back of the chair. Very good. In yoga, we always twist toward the front bent knee, right? So that's the cue, whether you're on the floor or in a chair. Well, almost always. And inhale back. Nice job. And let's bring that leg in, walk back in. Awesome. Okay. So we like to stretch the back of our legs. So we're going to do an easy one seated, and then we'll start standing a little bit and do some sun salutations modified standing with using the chair. Okay. So I'm going to take my right leg out, heel down, toes up. So yeah, I do have to sit to the front of my chair. It's not too comfortable on my tuchus. And again, make sure you're widening your back end back behind you in the chair. So up goes those toes. It's okay if you can't straighten the knee, but please lift the toes as much as you can. And just like the hinge that we did before, sitting up nice and tall, inhale up. You're going to exhale, those arms sweep behind you and you will hinge. There we go. You're going to feel this big stretch in the back of that front leg. That's okay. You don't have to go over very far. You don't have to hinge very far. You can make this a small hinge. That's okay. Gorgeous. And remember how I said that you twist toward the front bent knee? So let's take this left hand over towards, or this, you're opposite of me. So your right hand over towards there. Roll the left shoulder back and turn your heart towards that bent knee. There you go. So even if you're hinging a little bit while you're doing this, it's okay. Inhale, come back to the center position, nice and long. Reach those arms back. And then when you're ready, inhale all the way up with the torso and the hands. And exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. Let's switch legs. So I'm going to take that left leg out, heel down, toes up. And it's okay if you can't straighten the knee, but do the best that you can. To straighten the knee, you squeeze the quadriceps. So you'd squeeze the front of the thigh in order to help straighten the knee. And it takes a little bit of practice, and that's okay. Now we're going to inhale those arms up. And we're going to exhale, and we're going to hinge. So here comes the big stretch through the hips and the back of the thigh. Yep. Try to keep the neck long. Nice. And again, you don't have to hinge very far. Hugging the front of the waist into the back waist, okay? Now, if your back is long in this hinge, we get to add that twist in if we like. Inhale here. Exhale, I'm turning to the right, placing that left hand on the right thigh. My right arm on my hip. So I'm twisting towards that bent knee. Breathe. As long as the torso is long, you're good to twist. And inhale back, just the front position, reaching the hands. And then when you're ready, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. You bring that leg in. Great job. Awesomely awesome. I'd like to do some standing work using your chair. Okay. It can be modified if you don't have a chair and you're using the floor to a typical sun salutation. So I'll explain that. But let's practice our chair pose so we can get up. Okay. So feet out, hips width apart a little wider. Knees over the ankles, not in, not out there, over the ankles. So I'm going to ask you to lean forward with that straight back, just like you did before. Lean forward. And we're going to stand up, but you're going to hover over your chair for just a moment, just a little bit. When you're ready, inhale here, exhale, hinge, and just lift the butt a little bit off the chair, just a little, just a little. Bring the hands to heart center, bring the heart up. Widen your butt back behind you. Pull your belly button in. If you want to reach the arms out, you can for chair pose, Utkatasana. but you don't have to. You can keep the hands right here. Some people like to keep their hands here in Utkatasana. Everyone's a little bit different, okay? And then you're going to press into those feet and straighten those knees. Ready? Inhale. Oh, straighten the knees. Up. And exhale. Great job. Awesomely awesome. So we're going to stand facing the seat of our chair. So I'm going to turn this way so I can show you I'm facing the seat of my chair. Or if you have a counter or a, something sturdy, you have to make sure that whatever it is, wherever your chair is on, it's not going to slide. Okay, it's real important. That's why I use 2 yoga mats so that the chair doesn't slide. So we're going to stand in front of the chair, maybe a foot from the feet of the chair, in Tadasana or mountain pose. Now, if you look at my body, because I know that you can't see me, this is not mountain pose, right? This is a traditional go-to pose that a lot of people take. I'm really exaggerating this, but I used to stand like this all the time with a baby on one hip, So stand up nice and tall, feet, hips width or wider. Think of find your hips, and imagine that they're a bowl. So imagine that your hips are a bowl. We don't want the hips to tilt forward. You spill out the bowl. We don't want the hips to tilt back and tuck the tailbone. Then everything spills out the back. You want the hips to be even. You can place your hands right there. In order for that to happen, your thigh bones have to press back a little bit. And then your shoulder joints have to lean back a little bit. You may feel like you're going to fall backwards. You're going to hang on just a bit with the balls of your feet, but you should feel all the work through the heels of your feet. This is Tadasana. And just relax the arms. Move the back of your head straight back and reach up to the tops of your ears. So you should feel maybe the front of your thighs working and a lot of balance pressure through the back of your legs and through your heels. This is Tadasana. The tops of the ears, the ground of the head reach up so the neck is long. Let's inhale the arms up, pushing down through the feet. And exhale the hands to heart center. Tadasana. And again, mountain pose. Inhale up. And exhale. And inhale up. Let's hold the hands at heart center now in Tadasana or mountain pose. And take a moment if you want to close your eyes and feel how your body tries to balance itself. Tries to shift the weight forward or back. See if you can find that even spot. Keeping good posture. There's a poem and one of the lines reads, I sat with the mountain until only the mountain remained. And then open your eyes. Great job. Let's inhale those arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hip and bend the knees as needed to put our hands on the seat of the chair. So this is a forward bend. So what you're trying to do here is you're trying to round a little bit and maybe bend one knee and bend the other, get them to open up. Some people will put their hands on the floor or on blocks in front of their feet for a forward bend. So it just depends on you. But today, if you're doing the chair yoga, you put your hands on the seat of the chair. Beautiful. Okay. So now I want you to push your hands into the chair seat so your torso lifts and lengthens forward. You feel that? You can even come up on your fingertips on the chair seat so that your spine lengthens. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to inhale and exhale and step your right foot back a ways. Okay. And come up on the back toes. So I'm stepping my right foot back and I'm up on my right toes. And I'm pushing away from the seat of the chair so my back lengthens. There's a little bend in my front knee. Maybe I'll walk it a little bit closer to the chair so I can bend it a little bit more. It's up to you. This is just lunge pose with your fingertips on a chair or on the floor. Great job. Okay, now it's going to get a little more challenging, okay? Put the flat of your hands down on that chair, nice and firm, about as wide as your shoulders if you can. Now, pull the belly button in, and you're going to step that front foot back to where the back foot is. Feels like a push-up. Can you do it? Can you do it? Good. Pull the front of your waist up into your spine. Keep the back nice and long. Lift that belly button up. Lift it up. Great job. Inhale and exhale. Now I want you to step your right foot forward towards the right leg of the chair. So we can lunge on the other leg now, okay? Come back up onto your fingertips if you like, or stay on your palms and reach back through the back leg. Nice long spine. So now we're lunging with the other leg forward, okay? Good job. Who said this was easy? Chair yoga. Nice. Breathe. Nice long spine. Big stretches in the hips. Widen your hips back behind you. Okay, so here comes plank pose again. Place the flat of the palms down on the seat. Step the front foot to the back foot on your toes. Plank pose. Pull the belly up. There you go. Lift the whole front waist into the back. Nice. Widen your feet a little further apart. You can do it. And then when you're ready, inhale and exhale and lift your bum up. Push down into the chair and stretch your hips behind you. Go ahead, stretch them. You can bend your knees. Bring your chest down a little bit. You got it. Bring your head between your upper arms. It's okay if your knees don't unbend all the way. You can bend them a bit. And then bend one knee and then the other. Give a little bicycle. Lift one heel and then lift the other back and forth for downward facing dog. That's awesome. Holding the downward facing dog. Now we're going to walk our feet back to the chair. To the front of the chair. Nice. And we're going to relax down towards the seat of the chair and maybe put your forearms on the chair. Maybe. There you go. You can widen your feet more as long as they're parallel. You can bend your knees a little and see if you can just relax down. Forearms on the chair seat. Walk your feet in towards the chair. It's just a forward bend. Nice. And then you'll place your hands back on the chair seat to push the torso up. Nice. We're going to come back up to Tadasana. So pull the belly in, lengthen the spine, stand up. Good job. Awesome work. Awesome work. Beautiful. Finding that Tadasana. So now we're going to do some work using the chair for balance. So you may want to stand behind your chair. So I'm going to stand behind my chair. So you'll still see me. I know you get a little warm, yeah? So standing behind the chair, it makes it easy to balance, yeah? So first, fingertips on the back of the chair, just balance up on your toes. Lift up your heels and exhale lower. Beautiful. You can challenge your balance by not touching the chair when you do this, right? Remember, when you lift up on your toes, you want to press through the ball of the big toes. You don't want your ankles to sickle or bow out to the sides. You want the ankles to remain nice and straight when you lift the heels. There you go. Awesome. And we can add on to this and see how you're doing with it, right? We're going to inhale the arms up, come up on the toes, woo, and exhale back down. Whoa, that's a challenge. Inhale, up on the toes, and exhale back down, and up on the toes, and exhale down. Okay, so let's practice something a little different. Keeping the feet on the floor, inhale up, and then exhale to your chair pose. Sit back. This is your chair pose, right? You've got your feet, hips width apart or wider, nice and straightforward, and you're sitting back in a pretend chair. I'm sitting back in a pretend chair. I'm sitting back in a pretend chair. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands on the chair and inhale all the way up on my toes. And then exhale, sit back in that pretend chair. Woo! Inhale all the way up on my toes. Maybe you need the chair, maybe you don't. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, I've got one for you. Inhale. Okay, let's take chair pose. Now you got your chair pose. Now you got this here. Can you come up on your toes in chair pose? Sit your butt back, sit it back, push it back, push it back. Whoa, yeah. Lower the heels. Come on up. That was hard, yeah? Good job. Very, very, very good job. Okay. Balancing. Let's take 1 foot out. So you have one leg straight and 1 foot out. My leg is very straight, right? The best I can. The other leg is extended out. Bring the hands to heart center. Now I'd like you to take this extended leg, this may be your left leg, yeah? And I want you to point the toes behind you on the floor. So now take that left leg behind you. Use your chair if you need to. Gorgeous. Now bring those left toes back out to the side. Keep hugging in the waist. Then bring those toes back behind you. Great balance challenge. Now, hands on the chair. You're going to hinge with a nice flat back as you lift your left heel up. Good job. Pull the belly in. This is what it looks like. Good job. And bring her back down. Awesomely awesome. Okay. There's another leg. We're almost done, yeah? Standing steady. Tadasana. Always come back to Tadasana. Tadasana is in every pose, and every pose is Tadasana. You got to settle in. You've got to find that mountain. Find that rooted groundedness before you move into any posture. Thigh bones back. Shoulders back over the hips. And then when you're ready, with the hands on the chair or not, you can take the other toes out. Now, how much you use your chair is up to you. You can practice just one hand. Then we're going to point those right toes behind us on the floor. Great. Maybe you use the chair, maybe you don't. And then we're going to bring the toes back out. Good, good, good. Great balance challenge. And then back behind you. And then one more time, out. And behind you. So most of your weight is on this left leg, right? So here we go. There's the chair. Inhale here. Exhale. Hinge at the hip so your back is flat and lift that right heel up behind you. Good. You don't have to lift it very high. It's okay. Pull the belly in though. Let the belly help. Let the belly help. And inhale here. And exhale. Woo. Good job. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a wide step behind our chair. So if we turn our toes out a little bit, then we can lunge a little bit. Bend one knee, straighten one leg. So what does this do, right? Well, it strengthens the one side while stretching the internal rotators on the other side, right? And we turn the toes out a little bit, so the knees and the toes can go in the same direction when you lunge to the one side. And then the other side. And then maybe you can not hold the chair and just lunge. Woo! Bend one, then the other. Yeah, you got it. Feel one leg stretch and the other leg working. Move your butt back behind you when you do these though, because you don't want to put pressure forward into your kneecaps. So reach back into your back end. You got it. And then bring it back to center. Let's turn the feet now so they're parallel with the edges of your mat. So they're not turned out anymore, they're parallel. I'm going to move my chair a little more forward. You have the option of turning the chair around and reaching for the seat of the chair. So if I turn my chair around here, or I can use the back of my chair. When I inhale up, I'm going to exhale and forward bend. Either the hands are on the seat of my chair or they're on the back of my chair. It just depends upon you and where you want to be, okay? So move around your chair to decide where is the best spot. Nice. Press into the chair and lift the torso. Inhale. Exhale, hinge the hips. There you go, nice. Once again, push into the chair. Inhale, lift the torso so the back flattens. Exhale, hinge at the hip. Lift the hips up. Nice. And again, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge. You got it. One more. Inhale up and exhale, hinge. Nice. See if you can hold this here for a little bit, for a few moments, reaching your hips up and back behind you. Hold the belly in just a little bit. Nice. And then when you're ready, push into the feet and the chair. Inhale, lift the torso up. Exhale, walk those feet in. And come on back up. Nice job. Very good, very good. Good balancing work. Very good. So in Tadasana or mountain pose, you have your chair nearby. So you can stand behind your chair. I'm going to stand here because so you can see me better, but you can have your chair right in front of you, okay? If you need it. Mountain pose. Inhale the right arm up and exhale it over. This is a lot more work. So you have to hug the front and back in towards each other. And don't just give up on the legs. Move those thighs back. Hug your calves forward. Beautiful. And inhale. Exhale, switch. Keep hugging the thighs back. Nice. Very good. One more time each side. Inhale and exhale. Yay. And inhale and exhale. Now you have the opportunity to try it with both hands. Some people just lift their fingers up. Some people press through their palms. Some people clasp their hands and then put their index fingers together like steeples. So however you want to do it, because you can't see my hands, you can clasp them or just press them or make steeples with your index fingers, whatever works. Make sure that your ears are relaxed away from your shoulders. Inhale here, exhale, reach. Pressing the hip to the side, lifting up through that rib cage on the right side. Breathe, press down into those feet. Inhale back up. Exhale to the other side. Breathing, press down into those feet. Thighs move back. Open chest. Great job. And inhale up. And exhale, release. Very good. Very good. So we're going to do a little bit of back bending, which is not really back bending. So we're going to be sitting in our chair once again. So let's get that chair where we want it. And we're going to take a seat. I am going to turn my chair sideways so you can see me better for this particular movement. Okay. So remember I said that twisting comes from the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades move back and forth, and that's how we twist. When it comes to back bending, a lot of it's going to occur right up here where your bra strap is, ladies. So sitting up nice and tall, your butt's back in the seat. You got you're towards the front edge of the seat. I'd like you to bring your arms like this, like a robot, close in towards your sides. Close in. You got it. You're going to pull the elbows back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Can you feel that? When you squeeze the shoulder blades together, the heart pops forward, yeah? The head is going to move along with the sternum, so you don't need to move your head. Let it follow. Press the elbows back, lift the sternum, and then if you like, you can place your hands on the back seat of the chair. Lift your sternum. Don't let your head drop back. Lift it up just a bit. Squeezing the shoulder blades, opening up the front of the chest. Nice back bend. Inhale here. Exhale, come on back up. Why do we do back bends? A healthy spine moves in all directions. And a back bend every day is beneficial. So even a small one, even this, just a little bit, very, very beneficial. My pop used to do them every morning and he didn't know he was doing them. Okay. So we'll do a standing one too in a moment. So let's try this again. Elbows by the sides, bent. You're going to pull and draw back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then begin to lift the heart up. And then if you want, hold on to the back of the chair or press into the floor. Wherever you are, open up, lift, stretching the front of the shoulders. Take big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Good job. So I mentioned that I would show this to you standing. Okay, so I'm going to stand back so you can see my whole body. So just watch me for a minute. Okay. Okay. So when you lift your arms up, that's great. But watch. You'll see my upper back arches a little bit. So that makes that pose a little bit of a back bend. So every morning when you get up and you do your stretches and you lift your arms up, open up your heart. And that's a little bitty back bend, and that's really good. So you can stand up out of your chair and try that. Just stand up out of your chair if your feet hips width. Now just reach the arms up, right? Reach the arms up. Now lift the heart up too. Lift the heart up too. Feel it, feel it. That's your upper spine, your thoracic spine. It doesn't like to bend. So give it a little help every day. Inhale here, exhale, bring the arms down. Good job. So just once a day, that would be an excellent thing to do. Okay? An absolutely positively excellent thing to do. Okay. Sitting back down in the chair. So we want to do a little more stretching for the hips, just a little bit more, okay? So bring the right leg over the left. Now, you got a couple options here. You can do this, or you can cross this way. Okay, if you can cross this way, great. But here's the thing. Whichever one you've chosen, it shouldn't make this happen, right? Whatever one you've chosen, you have to be able to sit up tall. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You can cross one ankle over the other if you can't do the other two too. All right, so whichever one you've chosen, push down into your seat and reach up. Make sure your toes are spreading. The other foot, the ankle's underneath the knee. Make sure the toes are spreading so we can keep these in line, because tight hips can skew the knee and the ankle. We want to keep these in line. So keep that foot flexed. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale your arms up. Lift your rib cage up. Exhale your hands down. Gorgeous. Let's inhale and open up. Now you're going to give yourself a hug, and your right arm is going to go under your left. Good. And if you are good here, relaxing the shoulders, that's fine. If you want to release, you can do that. Okay, it's okay. Just do whatever. Just as long as you're feeling a stretch between your shoulder blades, yeah? And you could even hinge a little bit forward. But you're going to feel big stretches here, so go easy. Good, beautiful. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe into your hip. Breathe into the area between your shoulder blades. Keep your neck nice and free. Good. Push into that left foot. Sit up. Inhale and exhale. Great job. Let's switch legs. This is a modification of pigeon pose. Let's bring the other leg over. Again, now you want the right foot and ankle to be lined up. Want to widen this knee a bit here. And make sure you're spreading your toes. Your foot is nice and flat. Sit up as tall as you can. Press down into your back end to reach up. Good job. Reach the arms up. Inhale up. Press down into your seat. Reach up through the rib cage. Beautiful. Inhale here. And exhale. Okay. So now we're going to take that left arm under the right arm. There we go. And then relax the shoulder. So maybe you're just going to stay here in the hug. Nice and relaxed. You'll be able to move your head. Or you can do this if you like, but you don't have to, however it looks for you. A lot of people have flexibility here. Some people don't. But the purpose of this is your upper back. Feel your shoulder blades widen. That's where you want to breathe, into the back of your lungs. Chin is nice and parallel. It's beautiful, right? Breathe into the back of your lungs. If you want to hinge a little bit from the hip or lean slightly forward with your torso, you're really going to feel this in your hip. So keep spreading those left toes. And then inhale, push into that foot. Inhale and exhale. Wow. Great job, everybody. Great job, great job. Let me stand down. Awesomely awesome. Okay, now. So we've got a few more minutes. So it's time to kind of settle and relax, okay? If you want to lay on the floor, you're more than welcome to, or you can stay seated in the chair. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to sit back a little bit in my chair. I'm going to widen my tuchus back and wiggle back there and then sit up. Yeah, when we go to a restaurant and I do that, my husband goes, beep, beep, beep. You know, I don't think it's very funny, but he does. So that's okay. So back, and I take the flesh of my back end and I pull it straight back behind me. That helps too. Then you can feel your sit bones really like rooted in the chair. So you're not going to be laying against a chair. And if this is hard, especially if you want to practice this at home, get one of those small cushions that go between that lower arch, in your spine, your lumbar curve, so that you can place that cushion between the back of the chair and your back, okay? But other than that, you shouldn't be laying against the chair. Feet flat on the floor. Now, when you're laying down, you get to just relax, okay? So when I'm seated, I'm going to open my feet a little bit. So you have options, lay down or sit, whatever works. So I'm just going to widen my legs, because for me, it feels more comfortable to sit if my feet are a little wider. And that's okay, turned out a little bit. As long as I'm sitting up tall, I'm good. Take the hands and slide them up to the tops of your thighs. So not down here, slide them to the tops of your thighs and relax your shoulders down. Reach up through your ears. Nice and tall. Inhale here. Exhale. If you want, you can practice looking over each shoulder or bringing an ear to a shoulder. So you can inhale and exhale, give yourself a little neck stretching. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Center. So you can do any kind of little neck stretches that feel good to you, okay? And then sitting up, your spine is tall. The column of your body is lifted up. But can you soften everything else over that? So if you have a dressmaker's form and you put beautiful material on it, the dressmaker's form is lifted, right? But the material flows over it. So think of the core of your body as lifted and tall. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, soften all your skin and all your muscles and bones over the shape that you've created, over from the tall spine, flowing down into your hips, and then down into your legs and feet. And close your eyes. Once again, you can focus on breathing through the column of your torso, as if you were breathing through a tube or drinking a liquid, a thicker liquid through a straw. Slowly draw the breath up the tube that is your torso, front, back, and sides. And then as you exhale, slowly draw it back out. Notice how your breaths feel. Breathe softly now. You can say to yourself in your mind, soft breath. As you inhale and exhale, soft breath. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax the ears and the shoulder blades. Relax the fingers and the elbows. Feel the bowl of your pelvis sitting evenly on the chair, as if that bowl receives and engages each breath. Relax the thigh bones and the heels. Relax your calves and your toes. Soften the knees. Feel soft and expansive through the front of the chest. And you can say in your mind's eye, you can see and say in your mind, as you inhale, soft breath, and as you exhale, soft body. Soft breath, soft body. Once again, focus on a feeling of gratitude, something that you are very thankful, very grateful for, whatever that might be. And then place your hands at heart center. Take a few breaths to spread that feeling of gratitude throughout your whole body. A couple of deep breaths. And go ahead and open your eyes. Take a moment to look around, kind of acclimate. When we practice together, we honor each other. I honor the divine teachers within all of you. May we all find peace no matter what we are given. Namaste. Great job, everybody. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you. I hit stop video. I assume that was the right thing.
What's that?
I hit stop video.
No, it's still recording.
Is that okay?
It's